almost had a heart attack.
All right. We are in health class. Good morning, Azalea.
Morning.
All right. There we go. Now we can see everybody. All right. So you guys had worksheet number 4. No, yes, number 4. All right. And you guys all have that done?
Yes.
All right. So let's switch papers. Oh, nice pen.
Thank you. It's called pencil pen. My invention.
Nice.
Sarah, I'll make sure to write everything wrong for you.
Read what?
Oh, and could we please not mark the questions that are correct?
Okay.
Just mark them
I
as
know, I
being
asked
wrong.
Gavin not to do that, but he did it
It
anyway.
just makes it very confusing for me when I'm trying to grade.
Okay. Amy. I'm right. She answered to the right. And X to the
Baseball
left.
game?
Okay. So,
What is that baseball practice?
all right. So Isabel, we'll just go from the top to bottom. So the top one is
Pineal gland.
pineal gland. Good. Sarah.
The pituitary.
Pituitary. Good. Read.
The thyroid.
Thyroid. Very good. Isabel.
Adrenal glands.
Adrenal glands. Good. And Sarah?
The pancreas.
Pancreas. So it also, it tells you there, the islets of Langerhans.
Yeah, you put the islands of Langerhans.
Either answer is fine.
I put pancreas.
Well, Sarah, you got a 0.
All right, so now we're up to read. So number 1 on the back. So read the
Pituitary?
description.
Oh, sometimes called the master gland. Pituitary?
Good. Pituitary.
Pituitary.
All right, Isabel?
That controls the rate of chemical activity in the body. Thyroid gland.
Good.
Helps your body maintain regular cycles like a clock. Pineal gland.
Good. Read.
The produce of energy action hormone that prepares the body for stress. Adrenal glands?
Adrenal gland.
Adrenal gland. So it produced the emergency action hormone. Good. All right. Isabel.
Contained in the pancreas produces insulin and glucagon. Islets of Langerhans, or
Very
other known as pancreas.
Well, Sarah.
Well, so the islands
Yeah,
of Langerhans are small glands that are actually contained in the pancreas.
Here you go.
So it's
Fantastic.
kind of the same thing.
There's only
Just drugs. Oh, that wasn't a good idea to trade, Sarah.
Oh,
There you go. Wait, did you? I didn't write my name. Wait, which one's whose?
that's mine.
Oh, this is Sarah. Where's mine? So this is yours.
No,
So what? Can either of you write your name?
after that.
I don't know
that
who's
one.
whose.
That one you have is Reed. No, this one's yours.
This one. Oh, yay! Oh yeah, I can tell with my hands. I tried to draw it somewhere.
Oh.
I didn't do a very good job of it.
Raising your hand.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was trying to draw someone raising their hand, but it didn't work out too well.
Okay.
Yeah, at least with this class, it's small enough that I've started to recognize your handwriting. Because sometimes I notice some of you forget to write your names.
Hers is neat.
We may have a few newcomers next year, so we're gonna have to try to remember to write.
When you do, what grades?
I think someone in 4th and one in 6th.
No! Wait. That means yes.
Going into 6th, they won't be with you.
Yes. I'm so.
Why, you don't want more kids in your class?
No, it already makes it so much harder with 2.
Yeah.
Why?
It sort of takes
Because
forever for the
it
easier to explain.
It's just hard or
Yeah.
something.
Well, maybe if you guys just stopped talking in class, the teacher would be able to explain
No,
things
it's
better.
not that. Because I have anxiety, and he always uses his fingers to count, and it just drives me crazy on how, like,
Oh,
and just little things make me go crazy.
Okay. So, well, we have to try to learn to accept each other's flaws.
I can't. I always try to fix them.
I accept Ben's flaw that he can't say.
You want to get married someday and have kids, right?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Well,
I,
then I guess you're all right.
I accept Ben's
Not
flaw
yet.
that he can't say so.
If you ever want to get married, you need to learn to accept other people's flaws.
My mom accepts my dad. My mom accepts my dad's flaws of not being organized when she's the most organized person I know.
Yeah.
See, I can't do that.
And
I go
I-
crazy.
And I accept Ben's just thing to not be able to sit just still.
Yeah.
He always has to like
He is a little.
he has to do this. Or like that's why he has one of those things.
What is this thing?
It's like a happy thing that helps you pay attention more. Well,
And this is exactly why I have putty.
it's that well it's just so like you not like
So you can
making
do
noise.
something.
Yeah, so you can do something with your fingers and still pay attention and not be running around the class.
Yes. Very good. That's important. Okay, so we're going to review for quiz 4. You guys are going to have quiz 4 next.
Wait, nope, we don't
hold
have
on.
any more history. Oh no. Helps, right?
Well, I'm trying to think now. We won't have class next Monday because we won't be here.
Yay!
Yeah!
We could do it on Tuesday.
No!
Why did I say that?
I mean, we were studying for it. Might as well.
No.
Okay, and you guys just did all this on your
So?
on your homework. Okay, read. What is the control center of the cell?
Nucleus.
Yeah, very good.
Nucleus. Nucleus.
You did it.
What?
Yeah, you said
Oh
it
yeah, I
right.
couldn't say it last time.
All right, Sarah, the basic unit of the human body.
Oh, I know.
Is it
Or the smallest unit of a living thing.
a
Oh,
cell?
Yeah,
cell.
that gave it away.
Isabel. Little laborers in the cell that perform many chemical reactions and functions.
Isabel's just like thinking.
It's one of like it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't have the name.
Everybody else?
To be completely honest with you, I have no clue what it is.
Is it-
Can you repeat the
It's not
question
a
though?
cell.
Little laborers in the cell that perform many chemical reactions.
Can we use
and
sweat glands? What? Sweat glands?
No.
Is it in the cell membrane?
No.
Isabel's just gotta check. I'm not going to. I don't want to.
You want to find it or you want me to tell you?
Or organelles?
Organelles.
I probably would have never gotten that.
Well, I guess if you do a process of elimination, you should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Although actually they have an extra one in here that you used, so that might throw you off. All right. The so we're to read.
Yes.
The thick fluid inside of the cell.
Is it the? It starts with a G, doesn't it? The
Starts with a C.
It's
I guess we know what we need to study.
yes.
It's on page 58.
Clactoplasm.
Cytoplasm.
Cytoplasm.
Alright, and here's just a little tip, and I don't know if you guys will remember this or not, but so when you see, and I know I say these things all the time, a lot of times in science, when you see the beginning part of a word, that's called the prefix.
Yeah.
Sometimes the suffix also could be, but a lot of times the prefixes will kind of tell you what the word means. So whenever you see that cyto at the beginning of a word, that's referring to a cell. So just a little tip there.
What is plasma?
Like cytokinesis is when a cell divides. Cytology is the study of cells. I'm sure there's a lot more. There's a lot more than that.
Wait, so if you work in that kind of business, would you be called a psychologist? Yes.
Maybe.
Mr. Vegan, look
You
at
might be called a cellular biologist, actually.
Well, what's
The proper.
the
Or
one
somebody who studies cells. I think it was
Yeah.
the cellular biology.
probably, or microbiology, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
A powerful microscope, right?
yes.
Electron microscope or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can see some cells, with the microscope that we have.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to really see the
The detail.
individual parts of the cell, you would need a very high-powered microscope.
You have one that does 2,000, right?
It goes up to 4,000 power.
4,000.
So
What
we
is-
can actually see, like, one of the cool things we just did in biology is we have, it actually shows fish embryos as they're developing.
What is an embryo? Is it like the baby?
So you can actually see the different stages. So you can see a little bit of, like, what's going on inside the cell, but you can't really see all the individual parts.
How much do you need to see all the individual parts? Like 6,000?
More than 4,000, I know that. I'm not sure how.
8,000. Double it.
Something like that.
16,000.
Triple it.
Okay.
Quadruple it.
So we're up to Sarah. The outer layer of the cell.
Cell membrane.
Yes. Very good. Alright. And one thing too that you'll see in science a lot, I mean with everything in our bodies or even in plants and animals,
Usually start from the teeth.
I won't say every, but most of the structures within our bodies are contained in some kind of membrane. So that's something that you
Is it like
see a
tissue?
lot. It just kind of forms the boundary around
Surrounds it.
something.
It's supposed to be protection.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to it's called selectively permeable, right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
it lets in good things and it keeps out harmful things,
Yes.
basically. I'm sure it's more complicated than that, but
Like
Yeah.
coronavirus?
Huh?
Does coronavirus, does it protect us from coronavirus?
Well, apparently not.
apparently not without some help, I guess. I don't
Yeah. Well, there are a lot, obviously, I mean, there's many, many different illnesses that we get, so there's lots of different diseases
I
that
think
can
the shape of
sometimes.
the substances is part of how it
Yeah, there's
knows to identify.
a couple of things that the size, the shape, the
Chemical composition.
the composition, I can't think what the other ones are right
It's
now. off the top of
it's
my
an
head.
amazing mechanism. I think. I mean, it's wow.
Yes.
I think computers are pretty cool because like they have to have all these like processors and stuff to run it.
Yeah, and they have like a protection, right, too, but just like ourselves with computers, sometimes
I have a tick.
some bad things
I stab it
can. Ew. Oh no. Why does that keep happening? Hold on a second. I'm
because
right
the
here.
spray doesn't work. Oh my gosh, it
It
went
probably
into my
works.
pen top.
A little bit, but
It went into my pen top. Oh, it's falling out. Stuck in the See? It's stuck in there. It's stuck.
got it.
Seeing it. Jesse, can you just stick it to my desk?
It's amazing something like that can cause so much trouble.
Right?
Amazing.
You just stick it, yeah, you do that and then just stick it to my desk. And you can just leave it there.
Okay, there you go. Enjoy.
Eat.
Oh.
At least that was a wood tick, I'm pretty sure. It's a little bit big for a deer tick. And usually
the orange.
Yeah, they have the little red on the orange or red on the bottom of them.
Sarah looked at my
Okay. Alright. So
I didn't
we're
take
up
this
to
yet.
Isabel. Before you were born, the blank served as your lungs, kidneys, and intestines. Now I'm going to be itching everywhere. Thanks.
You're welcome. No problem. It was only gonna crawl in my
The
ear.
placenta. Yes. Very good.
It was on my ear.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you got it.
It was probably about to go and bite your ear.
Yeah, I had the one that I pulled off the
Only
end.
two
Actually, it was like right in here. And that's
Yeah, they like the ears.
Yeah, that's how I got mine. That's where I got my Lyme disease. That's how I got it.
Can I throw out this pen? There's what's it called? Juices on it.
Sure.
Ugh.
Well, you could just
I'll
got it
rather
on the
just
whole
throw-
thing,
No, just the
or
bottom.
you could wipe it with a sanitizer.
There's no way. I'm just gonna throw it out.
Alright.
Here goes my favorite pen.
Oh.
Alright. Did you throw the tick out too?
No,
What'd you do with it?
still on my desk. It's not like I have another pen just like that one.
Okay, well don't get the juices on them.
I know. I
Alright.
got one.
Oh, did I collect your... Yes, I did. Okay.
You can collect.
Alright, so we're... What?
What?
I got your, yes, I have your worksheet. Okay, read. The blank carry oxygen and nutrients from your mother's blood to your developing body.
What is it? The umbilical cord?
Yes, very good.
Umbilical.
Alright, Sarah. Similar cells make up what? Tissues. Good.
Wow.
Isabel, similar tissues make up a group of tissues working together to perform a specific function.
Organs?
Organs. Very good. And then a group of organs, read. What? A group of organs with similar functions make up
The body. Technically, it does.
Another organization.
System.
system.
Yeah.
Yes, very good.
Organ systems.
That's system, guys.
Like the intestinal,
Wow.
digestive system, respiratory system.
What's the rest of the
That would be the lungs primarily.
And there was a
Lungs,
That's your
trachea.
breathing.
there was a guy who recently, like, Uncle Nick, who was like just become a
Nervous system.
died a couple, so he got in a bad accident and cancer. So what's that thing called that they only have one of in the hospital, and it's really rare and it works on your body.
I'm sorry, can you say that a little louder? Something in the hospital that
They only have one of, and it works your whole body. If you can't do it, so it just
like a respirator?
no.
They
It's
have
the thing
way
that
more
works
than one respirator.
for like it works all your body. Yeah, carry it back.
Like it breathes for you? A ventilator?
No, it breathes and it works all your body parts.
Well, if they, like if you're in surgery, they put you on bypass. That's something a little bit different though. That keeps your blood circulating in your body while your heart is stopped.
My brother knows the name of that. And yet, on one of those, and my grandma said that if they put you on that, there's no
It probably is a ventilator. Yeah, usually a lot of times if people they get put on a vent after so much time, a lot of times they don't come off of it. That's life support. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah. Yeah. The problem is with that, you're not going to get as much oxygen to your body tissues as you would like normally breathing on your own. So the body just slowly starts to break down over time. And usually that, like, they would give the family, time to come in and say
He died
goodbye.
a couple weeks ago.
This could be left us.
I see that.
Traitor.
I mean, it's really, they do that just to give the family time to say goodbye.
And he had like just become a club.
It's terrible. Alright, so the rest of the quiz is that, those organs, the diagram of the organs that you did for your homework, your worksheet. So you need to know the pineal gland, pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, and pancreas. So that's on page 61 for you guys, and then Sarah, is your helpful? Wait, where it is.
I got pretty bad sunburn on my back yesterday. Because my grandma and grandpa opened their pool and I forgot to put sunscreen on my back.
Oh.
That's
Yeah, we
nice.
got our pool up over
You have
the
a
weekend too, so Leanna went in yesterday.
You have a pool?
Yeah. It's just
Is it in ground or an outground?
no. It's an above ground. It's
Is it big?
I think it's 38 inches
Long or width?
the height. So it's
My grandma's
like
pool,
it comes up to like here on Leanna.
my
So it's
grand
like maybe a little over 3 feet, maybe.
No,
Wow,
I don't
Sarah.
think it's a little more than 3 feet. Because my grandma's pool is 4 feet and it goes up to
Okay, maybe it is 4 feet. I'm not sure.
But Leanna's
Yeah,
a
so
little
this is
smaller.
Remember, Miss LePage,
Alright.
make
Huh?
sure you don't have any ticks on you.
I know.
She wasn't outside.
Well, I always am checking myself after we have the chicken coop we set up on the far side of the lawn, like it's under some trees.
Where
Because
Leanna
they're not
plays.
supposed to be well, it's in our front yard, like where Leanna plays, but it's for the chickens, just because they're not supposed to be in direct sunlight. So
Oh,
they
okay.
like to be in the shade. So
Well, my uncle just lets them roam around in the whenever they want in the middle of the day when he's home. But when it's nighttime, he puts them in the chicken coop.
yeah, when they're bigger, then we would probably let them. I mean, when we're outside during the day, like in the afternoon or whatever after school, then we let them out of the coops so they can just kind of wander around.
Obviously.
But we're still taking them in at night because it's, because they're so little still. I think they're like, what, 4 weeks old maybe? I think when they're like 6 weeks, so maybe in like another 2 weeks they can stay outside overnight. But we also have to get something to secure the cage in the ground because we do have coyotes occasionally.
You should put fencing underneath the enclosure too, like underneath the ground.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
so-
my husband said he's gonna look for something that can kind of like go under, like around it. and
Yeah,
go
so they
under the
can't
ground.
dig underneath the
Yeah.
chicken coop. Yeah.
Mhm.
My uncle doesn't have to do that, but sometimes they try to dig underneath it because in the
Yeah.
middle of the night you can see where they're scratched and dig under.
Yeah.
So we put it under a little bit, like maybe 4 or 5 inches down. That as soon as they just keep seeing it going down and down when they keep digging, they usually give up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh man, okay, bye. I was gonna get myself some
Yeah.
tasty dinner.
But I mean, at this point, they're so small that I think even like a raccoon or a possum could probably eat them. With the size that they are
Raccoons
right
still
now.
even eat the big ones.
Really? Yeah. So we have lots of predators that would come into our yard.
And plus, you're in the neighborhood, so you can't do anything about it.
Right. Well, I think what we talked about is maybe getting a motion activated sprinkler system or light flashing or something. just because it's right near my garden too, so we're thinking like it would keep predators away from the chicken coop, but it would also keep deer out of my garden. Hopefully, that's the idea.
Should make it scream like, ah!
I don't know how much my neighbors would appreciate that.
What?
I don't think my neighbors would appreciate that.
No, like not too loud and like a scream, but just like to scare the deer to have a heart attack and just, hey, free meat. I didn't kill it. The alarm system did.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're going to take a look at chapter 3 checkup.
Oh no.
So that's
Do
at
we
the
have
end
to
of the
do
chapter. No, I'm not assigning it for homework. We're just gonna go through some of it together.
That would be.
Although it would definitely be in your best interest.
I'm okay.
Go over those. Make sure that you know what they are.
What page?
64.
Oh, got it.
Alright, and I think we went through the last time we went through the first 5, the endocrine glands. So we'll go through the terms in part B, starting with womb.
Oh, isn't that where you're born?
So it's where the baby grows inside of the mother. Yes. What is the placenta?
Where you get
All your nutrients?
Nutrients and waste removal, blood supply, oxygen, all that good stuff. And the umbilical cord.
Oh, when, that's how you get your food, right?
Right. The umbilical cord connects the baby to the placenta.
Isn't that like, in the stomach, in the, what's it called, belly button? Is that how people get an innie or an outie? Like how the doctor cuts it? So if
No,
he's,
it's how it
lazy,
falls
he just
off.
cuts it off.
Right.
Because the doctor doesn't cut it all the way down. They cut it so there's, when the doctor cuts it, there's still about 2 or 3 inches left on there, and then they fold it and tie it off. Like, I don't know what they stitch it or something, however they secure it there. And then you
have
have
this
to
little
keep
clip
it
and
clean.
they have this little clip and they put it on.
Yeah, it is a little clip.
I had that with Ryder, and then when they left the hospital, they took the clip off. So they said after he left the hospital that it would fall off in a couple of days. But for a little while, he still had like a little bit of the black films.
Yeah, and they give you like I think it's hydrogen peroxide or saline or something, but they tell you, what to keep it clean with, and you have to like clean it a couple times a day.
Mine is sort of an outie.
Sounds like a
It's
hassle.
like a half innie, half outie because I was so small.
I mean, it's kind of
Annoying.
annoying I don't want to say annoying because taking care of your baby I wouldn't say is annoying, but I mean it's not it is
When they cry, it is
a little bit of a
hassle.
it is a little bit of a hassle to keep clean, but it usually falls off after a couple of days. It doesn't stay for very long.
So you want to know what weeks I was born at?
Babies are very needy.
33 weeks.
Wow, that's very early.
Yeah.
My sister was born very early too.
Yeah, so that's
Early.
I was smaller, so my mom she didn't even get to hold me.
Oh,
It should be.
When they had me and then they had to put me in the incubator and close it. And my one aunt didn't want to hold me because I had like a tooth sticking out of me, and I had a lot of the what's the thing called when there's things like all yellow on your body?
oh, jaundice.
Yeah, I had a lot of jaundice, so I had to be in a room and I had my sunglasses, so it puts out all the jaundice.
Oh, like you're getting a tan?
Yeah, that's what that happens because the liver isn't fully developed.
Is that
Yes.
Gavin? That just pulled in?
Oh, now,
Really?
now,
He comes for Jim?
now.
If I were him, I would
Yep.
have stayed home.
That's Gavin.
That is Gavin, yes.
Oh my
All
god.
right,
Like the
all
never.
right.
Better late than never. What do you mean?
Yeah, right.
He comes for Jim and Bible.
All right,
The
Bree.
only class that you don't get homework in.
Stop worrying about what other people
Oh,
do.
that's
Worry about
funny.
yourself.
That's funny.
All right, all right. Maybe he had an appointment this morning. Okay, so placenta, umbilical cord. What are motor skills?
Oh, it's like when you learn to crawl and walk.
Yes. Very good. Alright. Cell. What is a cell? Sarah.
The smallest part of a living thing.
Very good. Chromosomes.
I have no idea.
Any of you know what chromosomes are?
I volunteer Sarah. It's her birthday. She gets the winning question.
So chromosomes are basically like the building blocks of your DNA. So they code for different genes. Go ahead, Sarah.
It says that are actually structured which carry the genes that have a hereditary characteristics.
Very good. Yes, so your chromosomes are what determine what color your hair is
Wait,
going to
why?
be, what color your eyes will be, how tall you're going
Can
to
the doctor
be.
change that kind of stuff? Or no?
Now I think they can.
They can, they are actually starting to do genetic
They-
splicing,
wait,
or
they
genome splicing.
they can
is what they
change-
call
they
it,
can
where they
make
actually,
Like 18 feet tall.
I don't think so. I don't
I think
that
they can
you
only do like
not survive. Your heart wouldn't be strong enough to pump up that high.
Pump, 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 pump.
I mean, theoretically, they probably could make an 18-foot tall person, but they wouldn't live for very long.
They would or wouldn't?
They would not. Because the heart has to pump your blood all the way up to your brain, and if your brain is like 4 feet above your heart, that's going to be a lot of pressure on your heart.
Come on, you can do it.
Yes. Yes.
Why does the kidneys look like beans?
They do look like beans, which I think is where kidney beans got their name from.
Oh, kidney bean.
They look like kidneys.
Welcome, Gavin. We're just reviewing health.
Yep.
Okay. What are tissues?
What's in your ear?
Okay.
I'm right, but
Are you though? I mean,
Yeah,
there's
tissues in your
tissues
ear.
everywhere in your body.
yeah, but your entire ear is cartilage and tissue.
Well, your whole body is made up of tissues.
Yeah,
Tissues are just similar cells.
but that's what you see.
Skin
from.
cells, blood cells, nerve cells.
So if you need to see, you basically just take tissues out of your body.
It's not that kind of
Different
tissue.
meaning.
And I think it's
So tissue is a group of cells working together to perform a specific function.
isn't it even spelled different?
No, it is spelled the same. But, I mean, we'd be much different. Yeah, anyway, moving on.
Imagine having
Um, What are organs? Isabel.
Similar tissues in turn are grouped together to form organs.
Very good. Alright, and what are systems? Organ systems? Isabel?
Groups of organs performing similar tasks to make up a body system.
Very good, right? So, like we just learned about the endocrine system. That is a group of organs that work together. All right. What are hormones? Those little things that make you go crazy when you are in early adolescence. Going
What's
through puberty.
lessons?
Adolescence. That's like
Young teenagers.
between like 12 and 16, somewhere around there.
Yay.
Young teenagers.
Yes, as well.
Along with nerve pulses, the body has chemical messengers called hormones.
Good. Yes, they're chemical messengers. So they're basically, they tell your body to do different things. All right. The endocrine system. Isabel?
The production and distribution of hormones is the function of the endocrine system.
Very good. All right. What is growth hormone?
Hormone.
Kind of tells you what it is.
The hormone that makes you grow.
Yes. Very good. So when you are in adolescence and you are going through puberty, you're producing a lot of growth hormone. Once you become an adult, you stop. Well, unless you're pregnant, then you're producing growth hormone also. But
I want
for
to
the baby, not for you.
I want to be a stuff.
We were just talking about this. You can't grow that tall with your heart.
Yeah, your heart will like.
My heart will grow with me. Sure.
Okay. Thyroxine.
Wait a minute. Is this possible? If you're 18 feet tall, can't you just change the heart with an elephant to yours?
No, because elephant hearts are different from human hearts.
The human heart is, well,
You might have to get it hard.
I don't think there's really any other animal heart that you could. They can replace valves from animals, but not a whole heart. Like you can actually get a pig valve or a cow valve.
They might have to change up the heart a lot to make it fit a person.
Bovine valve.
Imagine being part cow or part pig.
Well, it'd be better than being dead, right?
Whoa. If you had a cow valve, does that mean you would have, like if you had kids, would they be part cow?
No.
No.
No, like if you got.
Hi mom, hi dad.
Because, well, unless you believe in, there's one, I can't think of what it's called now.
That one makes sense
A theory that's part of evolution that
That one-
acquired characteristics.
Yeah, that one
So,
makes sense
like,
because if you like,
If your mom is in a car accident and loses part of her arm, she's not going to have babies with missing part of their arm. It doesn't work that way.
and it's like if you ate a steak, you wouldn't be part cow. That's what I just realized.
Yes.
So it'd probably be the same thing with that valve.
Yes. All right. So, physical changes to your body don't change your DNA.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. All right. What is thyroxine? Anybody?
A liquid that's in your cell. Hormone.
It's a hormone.
Name of the hormone sounds like the name of the plant.
Thyroid. Thyroid. Very good. What does it do?
That controls the rate of certain chemical reactions in your body, including your metabolism.
Metabolism.
Yeah. So like how you eat.
Well, how quickly you burn up your calories. So it kind of contributes to losing weight if you have an overactive gland, or you gain weight if you have an underactive gland.
Yes.
My mom had a lot of trouble with that. Miss Mayfield had.
Is it true that hair is dead skin cells? Because that's what my sister said.
Yes, your hair is dead cells. That's why it doesn't hurt when they get cut.
And your fingernails.
Wait, so
Yeah,
basically,
and your
basically, girls have more dead skin cells.
Well, they're not skin cells; they're hair cells. But
And why does it hurt when you fold them?
Because they're
Because that's your
attached to
scalp.
skin.
Attached to skin.
You're ripping out your scalp.
No, so bald people have
Which is a lot of times why
button
if you ever actually look and you pull a piece of hair out of your head, you'll actually see a little tiny bit of skin cells attached to the bottom of the
Yeah,
hair.
it's gross.
so
It makes
that's
the
why
bottom
it's-
like white.
So that explains why Gavin's theory is correct. Bald guys have more chance of winning in a battle.
Yeah, because if a bald guy's getting in a fight, you can just yank your hair, but you can't yank his hair because it's just skin.
I suppose
Unless-
that's true.
unless-
Light is
Gavin,
forehead.
that's a big advantage.
Maybe that's why professional fighters are bald.
I never thought of it
Oh.
until today.
May we go?
All right, yes, you guys are dismissed. Enjoy the rest of your day.